What's up, Internet? We are back with my N64 Flash Kart Multi-Kart Thingamabob. Last time we played a lot of Bomberman and Body Harvest and one baseball game. One of those things I liked less than the others. Can you tell which? Now I get to play bowling. I think I've only ever played proper bowling 0 times in my life, actually. I played kid bowling, like with little kid balls and bumpers, like twice, and I think I played like with a regular like bowling ball but still bumpers once in my life, and that's all the times I've been bowling. Bowling is not a thing I do a lot of. I played a lot of Wii bowling. That's the extent of it. Sure, I'll exhibit some signs of bowling. Ooh, I can change the... What does this actually mean? I can only think that this is like a sort of the angle and slant of the lane itself, which might affect the angle and momentum of a ball. Like that might be really good for straight shots, maybe. We'll go with ramp oil pattern, sure. Add player. I'll use a pro, sure. Who looks like they're the, for lack of a better term, stupidest of them? You. I'm gonna be you. You're who I'm gonna play as. Let's bowl. J Saros or Sorrow J, or whatever your name is. Power shot. I don't even know what the controls are. Oh, it was not a perfect shot though. Okay. So we want to try and aim it there. Okay. Okay, I'm pressing A, but it doesn't seem to actually be doing anything. Do I need to press B? Exactly. Or is the computer just deciding how strong I'm actually bowling? Doesn't seem to be any sort of way to change the angle. Okay, let's try B instead of A. Nope. Start? I genuinely don't know how to affect that. Whoa! What the hell? Huh. Okay. Is it the C buttons? That would be rather dumb. I have no idea. Controllers. This is the controller I want to use, yes. I'd like to know what the controls are because I don't seem to actually be doing anything. I'm like calling strategy to this guy. But that's it. Unless I'm supposed to be using like the directional pad or something dumb. Nope. Pressing all the buttons, nothing's happening. Oop. Nope. I can't bowl to save my life. I'm going to take that as a sign to eject. Bowling! I'm not made for it. This is why I always had to play with bumpers and still managed to bowl a 0. Alright, next is Buck Bumble. Oh, let me tell you about Buck Bumble. This is a game you'll remember for its obnoxious theme song, and that's it. Let me help with that. I'm going to turn off my microphone, turn up the volume a little, and you can enjoy the theme song.
What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity buck bumble. What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity buck bumble. Bump to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bump to the bump to the bumper. Bump to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bump to the bump to the bumper. Bump to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bump to the bump to the bumper. Bump to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bump to the bump to the bumper. Bump to the boot to the boot to the boot boot. Bump to the bass to the bass bass. Bump the boot to the boot to the boot. Bump to the bass to the bass bass.
Yeah, so that's the Buck Bumble theme song. That's the most noteworthy thing about this game. Also, I should probably mention, once you hear it once, you will be permanently scarred for life and it will be stuck with you forever. Oh, yeah, this game controls weird. I think my controller might actually be a little bit... Hold on, let me try something. I'm just going to disconnect my controller, because my controller does not seem to be properly calibrated. There we go. Okay, that might have been the problem with the bowling game. Although I wasn't having trouble with the other games. I tested this game out earlier, and I noticed I was having some trouble with it as well, so it could just be Buck Bumble is weird with this controller. But yeah, it doesn't like turning right for some reason. But this is not a great game. I guess you could ostensibly call it a flight sim. Sorta. I rented this once, and all I really remember about it is the theme song. I remember there was like a 2-player mode where you could try and play soccer using bees shooting soccer balls with little like laser guns like this. But bear in mind, they were full-size soccer balls, or footballs as they're technically called, as opposed to the hand eggs in North America. And yeah, trying to move them as a proportionate-sized bee is a little hard. Oh, to be fair, I believe you are a cyborg bee, used to fight like mutant bees because like some European, vaguely British chemical plant spilled and mutated some sort of wasp hive mind. I think that was the plot of this game. I don't know. But you know, I remember that soccer or football mode, not because it was good, but because it was weird. But also, you know, there was this, at one point, Robotech game that was going to come out with the N64. It never came out. I believe it got canceled at literally the 11th hour. I cannot control myself. Thank you. Yeah, going straight right doesn't seem to want to work on this controller. It only seems to affect Buck Bumble for some reason, though. But, you know, that Robotech game, a prototype of it got dumped on the developer's website, and I found it, and I thought about maybe going in there and playing it for when we actually, like, test out its flashiness to, like, upload files onto it. But it's interesting because that same developer had uploaded sort of a mock-up in Game Maker of trying to make... or it might have been Unity, of trying to make the football Buck Bumble thing for a modern era. I played a little bit of it. It didn't work, but I mean, it was basically just, I wanted to see if I could kind of like create a ball with physics and have a bee try and shoot at it. And for that, it worked, kind of. But, you know, I go back and, going back to the first episode of this, I talked about how I played most, if not all, the really bad N64 games. This one is one I think about frequently when I come up with that. That and, like, Starshot. Starshot I remember being atrocious. You'll never guess what else I played on this multi-cart to test things out, but it rhymes with Starshot. I remember Rayman 2 being really bad as well, and I know a lot of people really like that game, but also the N64 version's terrible compared to the rest, so it could very well be that, you know, my dislike of it might be perfectly just. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go right now. I just know I'm supposed to shoot wasps and stuff that's yellow. It's this angry robot snail that has a caution paint job is an enemy. It's nice that there is like a manual like hover and spot option. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I'm trying to go right. Game won't let me. It also seems to be eating my inputs a little bit, so it could be that like the version on this multi-cart's just bad, or it just doesn't like my controller. I'm not sure. I think that was supposed to be a snail anyway. Although looking at it, it looked kind of like a spider with like this weird elongated backpack or something. Like seriously, what is that supposed to be? I don't think I ever got past like the first stage of this when I rented it. I don't remember this game being very good either, so, you know. Like, controlling this in 3D is not great. Rogue Squadron, this game isn't. I do quite like the fact that you do have, like, a stationary hover mode. That's kind of nice. Oh! See that little drop right there on that pink flower? That's how you recover your health. Which, in a game with a slightly awkward 3D movement, is certainly not ideal. But, yeah, this is Buck Bumble. It's exactly what it is. It's a game where you play as a cyborg bee for environmental reasons, I think. And it controls about as awkwardly as I remember it being. Although I can't go right, so it controls maybe slightly more awkwardly than I remember, but not by a substantial amount. I don't know what sort of bug you're supposed to be. Maybe you're some sort of like crazy big tick or something. Ticks are freaky. Except for the cartoon character. That was a good cartoon. Alright. I think we go this way now. Now that we've cleared out everything. Bearing in mind I can't actually go straight right for some reason. Because we've now cleared out... Oh! Nope, there's one new guy who's here, and he's dead. Hooray! So that last guy was basically the trigger to beat the level. Got it. That's okay. I don't need to save or continue. Thank you, Buck. I think that's all the Buck Bumble I can handle for one day. Perhaps a lifetime. Alright, so we did Buck Bumble. Next is Bust-A-Move. Now, I'm bad at these games, but I do actually quite like these games. These are also known as Puzzle Bobble, although the Bust-A-Move games tend to rebrand themselves slightly. They tend to get rid of all the Taito characters from, like, Bubble Bobble. I'm not sure why they changed the name from Puzzle Bobble, though. Like, I would get why they don't call it Bust-A-Move, because there was a game series called Bust-A-Groove, which I think... like, they were afraid of infringing copyright on. Let's game start. Whoopsie. Player versus computer, sure. 3 rounds should be plenty. I'm bad at this game. This is not the Bust-A-Move game I played when I was a kid. I think it must be the other one. But, you know, you match things up. You try and use gravity to break stuff before you get overwhelmed with pieces. It's not a super complicated game, but it doesn't have to be, really. Can I make that shot? Now, I will say this does feel like it's a tad oversensitive, but it might just be because I'm using a controller that has a really, really nice control stick. Ah, that didn't work. But, by taking that further one, we can knock more down. Okay. Plop that there. Plop that there. To connect to that orange one there. Alright, there we go. Also, we get a cameo from Chakin. I think there might have been, like, dialogue here in the Japanese version, but we're not playing that version. I mean, not that there's really much of a story to follow. And, I mean, it's connected to Bubble Bobble. So what story there is would have to be explained in a whole completely unrelated game. Because, seriously, the way Bubble Bobble's story worked was just weird. Like, you had Bubble Bobble. And then you had Bubble Bobble 2, and then you had the story of Bubble Bobble 2, which was like a completely different game. Then you had Bubble Bobble 3, and then you had like the story of Bubble Bobble 3, which was a separate game. Oh, you need like a flow chart to properly explain how the plot to Bubble Bobble actually works. But this is a really fun game. It's not a game I'm particularly great at. And, you know, if I were to go with a Taito game that plays basically like this, I would probably more quickly recommend Pucci Karat, which like combines this with like a breakout style thing. But you know, it's a great little fun game. Alright. I feel like I would really get into the Bubble games if I played them more. The funny thing is, my intro to Bubble Bobble was the Saturn compilation, which had like the most completely unintentionally sinister opening scene ever. Like, I feel like I should record it and put it on my channel just to show how, like, freaky my intro to Bubble Bobble really was. Because, like, you know, it's not a sinister series at all, but the opening to that game was just so weird and messed up and creepy. Plop that there. Oh. Green. Oh no. Okay, as long as we got a little bit more breathing room. Plop that there. Plop that there. That goes there. That goes there. This series is really quite good. I'm bad at these sort of like puzzle block droppy things, like stuff like Tetris I am unbelievably bad at. But, you know, I think this is a very fun little game. Even if I'm exceptionally not good at it. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Star goes there. Blue thing goes there. Oh. I aimed that just slightly wrong. Let's try again. Okay, green goes there. White goes there. I can tell you this is probably very riveting commentary, but I'm so bad at these games. I need to use every ounce of my ability to use my brain to even try and play these remotely competently. And that takes away from my ability to speak because I'm not so good at that and need my whole brain to do that too. Alright, star goes there. Oh, that was not where I wanted that. Shoot. Alas, getting things just right is definitely a trial. There, that goes there. Blue, I don't have any real way of getting blue where I need it to. Crap. Green goes there. Moon. I like that I identify green by its color, but I identify like moons by its shape. That's purple, even though it's a pyramid. That's red. But I would like call the orange things stars to differentiate from the yellow things, which are moons. I don't know why I like some of these things I identify by the shape, but other times it's just color. Human brain is a weird thing. Alright, I don't have any real... Oh, good. There we go. Good. Good, good, good. And that'll be the end of practice mode, which lets us move on to the next. Try next level, but I'd be bad at it. So we'll do the next Puzzle Bobble game, which I think is the one I actually played. And I'll be able to tell you if I see the opening, because the opening kind of stuck with me. I don't remember much about the game. I mean, it's more Bust-A-Move, so I assume it's going to be similar. But I remember the opening specifically being like a bunch of characters just giving off like catchphrases and sound bites. So let's see if this is the same game I remember. Oh, no, I don't want to actually delete any of this stuff. Exits. That's fine. No, I'd like to exit. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't need, there we go. Okay. by Acclaim. They only published it. It's Taito, of course. Yep, that's what I remember right there. Just a bunch of random characters and random sound bites. Let's play the game. I'm gonna bet it's similar to the previous one. I don't care. How would Rumble even work in a game like this? Okay, player versus computer. Practice. That's fine. Who do we want to play as? This guy looked like he had style points. We'll go with style points. Oh, there was a robot. We could have picked the robot. Damn. Bust a move! Hey, it's a Bubble Bobble stage, except we're not playing Bubble Bobble. You'll notice the game probably is very similar. Probably because it's basically the same game. Well, the characters seem a little bit more animated. I don't think it looks as good as the previous game. Like, the individual characters just... Their animations are a lot more fluid and nice, but... Wow, I beat that guy rather quickly. But they just don't look as nice. There's more animation, but the characters themselves just don't look quite as good. What game are you playing now? Yes. Oh, I see. It's mirroring as an intro another Taito game. I see. I see what their gimmick is. So introing characters is based on whatever Taito property they're kind of sort of based on, I'm guessing. So because we saw Bubby, we saw Bust a Move, or we saw Bubble Bobble. And I'm guessing this is from one of the quiz games that were mostly just big in Japan. And I don't think actually got released too much in North America. Although I could be wrong about that. I'm certainly not up on the quiz arcade game, you know, marketplace in North America. That does not seem like a scene that interests me all that much. Which is weird, because I know a lot of really bizarre, obscure facts about stuff. Wow, practice mode on this is ridiculous. We might have to go through normal just to pad this out to 10 minutes. It's a UFO catcher. That's actually pretty cool. Neat. I do quite like these intros, though. I mean, they make as much sense as the other games, but, you know, it feels more like a love letter to just Taito than anything. And that's good. That's useless to me. Yellow. Ooh, can I make that shot? Because I would love to make that shot. There we go. I think if it glows, that kind of says that you're lining it up with those other parts that they kind of match. Like, yeah, it's glowing there, so it's going to hit. Cool. Green goes there. Purple. You don't want to get crushed by your junk. That goes there. That goes there. Green goes there. Purple. Orange. I know my colors. I did the whole kindergarten thing once before. Although that was many, many years ago. Well, that only took a couple of minutes. Great. Now do the rest of the stages. That was actually a lot easier than the previous one. That's an awesome face. I'm so thankful I played this today. Just for that face. I'm having a crappy day. Oh, that makes me feel a little bit better. I'm doing this in the same recording as the previous. So, you know, my day is still as bad. I'm still dealing with a mangled knee and a bunch of nonsense from Google. Swapping my settings that I'm still kind of annoyed about. Game over. Maybe let's try one more thing before we go on. Arcade. Let's try puzzle mode. Difficulty is practice because I'm bad at puzzles. Oh, I can't pick Pretty Boy or the robot this time? Damn. I'm guessing the whole point of this is to try and get through without wasting shots. There we go. This is kind of a neat little mode. Alright, blue goes there. Ah, so that's how that works. Okay. So if I hit that green... I don't know what those are, but that should deal with that. There we go. This is kind of a neat little mode. I'm guessing it's going to get a lot more confusing and hard moving forward, but... You know, if I were to get that right there, and then aim that at right about there, and then aim that right there, and aim that right... Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. There. I mean, that should have gotten it, but okay. Gravity did not seem to want to work with that one. Alright, let's do one more. Alright, purple. I like this mode. There we go. This is fun. But, alas, there's only so much puzzle bobble, although I do like that mode. That mode is cool. I remember Taito Legends 2 has a bust-a-move game that removed all the puzzle bobbleness from it, and I was sad about that. Anyway, based on these past 4, we still have one more. I thought we were done. Counting is hard, and I'm dealing with a messed up leg. Cut me some slack, please. We got one more game. I thought that was it, but no, we have one more. We have a game by Midway, California Speed. Also, those vehicles look really crappy. Also, I'm pressing start. There does not appear to be any audio. Did it freeze? I think it might have froze. Let's reset and try again. Oop. Did it break my entire cartridge? That would bring a quick end to this. Let's try this again. Alright, here we go. Midway Home Entertainment. I'm not going to mash through it, because maybe that freaked the game out a little. Press start. There we go. Don't know what that was about. That was a little weird. Let's race. Single. Ooh, we can pick a whole bunch of... Ooh, the Mojave. Yosemite. Mount Shasta. I didn't realize San Diego had pink trees. That's actually a fair number of things. Let's go to Yosemite. It looks like it has things. I do like blue cars, but it does look like I can pick the car color. What car do I... Okay, obviously I need this. And obviously we're going to make it as dark blue as we possibly can. Alright. Oh. Well, obviously we need to get like some gold trim up in here. Should be like... something like that. That looks vaguely goldish. We're gonna drive this car. Because clearly it's the cool car.
On your mark, get set, go!
Whoa, okay. Whoa, whoa. Alright. I'm not gonna say this is a great game so far. But I'm not gonna not say it's not a great game either. In short, it's probably subpar is what I'm saying this game is. But you can go around in a golf cart, and that's kind of cool. I've never been the biggest fan of, like, track-based racing, though. Like, you know, I like racing games where you can go wherever you want, you know? Stuff like Outrun has always been sort of my jam, where you could decide where you're going. Whoa, this car is slippery. I wonder if that's exclusive to the golf cart or, like, all the cars handle this slippery. Whoa, okay. Oh, that's fine. I wonder, like, if the cars have different stats or anything. Doesn't seem to be like a drifting mechanic to it. It's really just a matter of let go of the gas a little bit, I think. Like, you can hold the brake, but that doesn't seem to do all that much. Alright. Whoa. Whoa, okay. Oh. All over the place right now. Alright. I wonder if I can just go down the waterway. Well, now I can't test that because it doesn't seem to continue. But it would have been cool, like, to use the waterways like a secret route or something. This is basically driving 90 degrees upward. That's physics for you, I suppose. This is kind of like this driving along this ridgeway. This looks kind of cool, honestly. Doesn't feel like it's accurate to any sort of sense of physics, but you know, I like when games do interesting stuff. The music is kind of nondescript, but it's okay. Stages, I think, could be a little bit more interesting. Let's try a different car and see how different they handle. So let's try a single car. And this time we will play... Is that a volcano? Well, obviously we have to play the volcano level. What looks fun? Well, obviously we need to drive this thing. Oh. Alas, I can't make it any more dark blue than that. It's kind of my go-to color for car games.
On your mark, get set, go!
Whoa, okay. Soundtrack kind of seems to be all over the place. And sort of generic. Like, again, it's not bad, but it's just kind of nondescript. Ooh, was that an alternate path we could have taken? It looks like it might have been. This does feel like it controls slightly differently from the golf cart, although it feels like there's only so much you can turn the steering wheel before the game decides, nope, you're still going kind of straight. We're not going to let you go like 90 degrees to your right or anything. It feels almost like playing Mario Kart with that weird like RC AI assist mode or whatever, where it'll like always keep you on the racing line no matter how much you try and deviate from it. It feels almost a little bit like that. Like there's just a lot of... The game won't let you deviate from basically a straight course forward. So going like more sideways than this is almost impossible. Well, we're going this way, I guess. Now this is pod racing. I have to appreciate any game that adds a volcano level. These volcano levels are good. You know what's funny? I like volcano levels. I hate desert levels. And I don't care much for snow levels either, but that's because I live in a tundra. You know, this I think the Golf Kart probably just doesn't control half as well as anything else. This controls better. Maybe not substantially so. And I wouldn't say this is as good as, say, like, what was it, that Air Gear game? That was probably a better racing game than this. But I would say this is probably more fun than that Automobili Lamborghini thing. But the N64 had a lot of really great games for racing enthusiasts. Specifically Diddy Kong Racing more than anything. But this one's okay. Not fantastic. I would say it's lower middle tier. I didn't want to go J. I don't have a J in my name. Or if I do, it's silent and even I'm not aware of it. Alright. Well, that game was, it's okay. Not fantastic, but you know, it was alright. So let's try this properly this time. So based on these past 5 games, would I recommend it? Well, Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling was weird. It didn't feel like it was controlling at all. Bumble was okay, I guess. I mean, it is what it is. It's more of a meme game than anything. It has a theme song that will stick with you forever. It's life-changing. I'll give you that much credit. The Bust-A-Move games are legit. California Speed is kinda okay, but that's about as much as I would give it credit. Would I recommend it based on these past 5 games? Well, the Bust-A-Move games are great, but otherwise, no. But join me next time where we take a look at, Carmageddon. Oh, God. This is considered to be one of the worst games on the N64, like right up there with good old Superman 64, so look forward to that. But I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, follow the stream to know we go live, because we try and stream as often as possible. I'm trying to get back into a regular rhythm with this. It's tough with my current life situation. You also want to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel, see everything else I do, which is a lot of stuff. I should have a review up in the next day or so of a PS4 put-out mobile port. Ugh. And if you really want to make my day, check out the show's PayPal or Patreon. Support the show any way you can so that I can continue to do what I do to the best of my ability, which in this case is show off the tremendous, life-changing Buck Bumble theme song and not much else. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, Internet.